Hey there, Taki Moore here from Coach Marketing Machine, and in today's Coach Marketing News I want to show you 5 things. Number 1, how to avoid all of the confusion and overwhelm that a lot of coaches go through when it comes to deciding which marketing tactics you should be focused on right now. There's so many things you should be doing. I'm going to show you how to cut through all the clutter and just focus on the one that's going to make the biggest difference right now. Number 2, when you're in an appointment, a sales appointment with a prospect, I want to show you one little tactic that'll take about 30 seconds that you can do in the very first 2 minutes of your sales appointment to make sure that the person doesn't just come to squeeze you for free information, but actually commits, they know they're there to make a decision, to commit to themselves, to their future, and to you. Number 3, while we're on the topic of sales appointments, I want to show you the 3 things that you need to focus on in every single sales appointment to make sure that the person not just intellectually gets what coaching could do for them, but that they emotionally feel it and they commit. Number 4, if you ever run live events, whether it's a webinar or a workshop or a seminar, I'm going to show you a little trick you can put on your sales page. The promotional page that you use to promote your event? Little trick that you can do to help people see the value of your event even before they come, so that you can overcome the reluctance about travel or time or even the money involved. And number 5, I want to show you a little tactic that you can add to every single email you send from now on. Every email marketing broadcast you send, that'll double or even triple your responsiveness, even if people have been receiving your emails for ages and not responding at all. So stay tuned, we're going to have some fun. Stick with me. So one of the most common challenges I see with coaches is that they get overwhelmed and confused and flustered with all of the different marketing strategies they think they should be doing in their business. So you've probably got a list like this. I should be writing a blog, I should be sending more emails out to my list, I should be running webinars or workshops and seminars, and I should be all over social media. I should start, what I need is I need to automate my marketing. I need to have long-term lead nurture sequences and hot lead sequences and all of these different things you should be doing. The truth is, you're just one person. Give yourself a break, bro. You can't do all of this stuff. So here's the solution. Instead of getting overwhelmed and doing what Tony Robbins would call shooting all over yourself, the solution is really simple. Instead of a big fat list of everything you should be doing, you need 2 lists, and they serve very different purposes. The first list is this long list, and that's called Someday Maybe. Someday Maybe is an idea I got from David Allen, who wrote Getting Things Done. And all I want you to do right now is just get yourself a list, call it Someday Maybe. Put all of the things that are currently on your should-do list, put them into Someday Maybe. And just take a deep breath knowing that, hey, someday, maybe, I'll get around to that stuff, right? So that's your big list. That takes the stress off your mind and just gives you some space to focus. So what's the second list? This is the most important one. The second list is called your monthly marketing project. And inside the Coach Marketing Machine, we have one project that I give you to focus on each month. But even if you're not working with me personally, all you need to do right now is just take one project off that Someday Maybe list. Pull it out, pull it into your monthly marketing project list, and just focus on that for 30 days. 30 days is enough time to know what you need to do, why it works, and how to do it, install it into your business and get some results. And so the next month, that's working for you, you can pull the second one out. That's how you build a marketing machine that's unstoppable. So I was on a live coaching call just the other day with my clients, and a question came up about how do I get my prospects not just to have, spend the time with me in a sales appointment, but how do I actually get them to commit? This person was having a lot of people talk to them, think that was great information, say thank you so much, and want to think about it. So you need to understand that when a sales appointment happens between you and your prospect, you both come to this appointment with very, very different goals. You're there to help somebody make a decision, and if you're a good coach, you're there to help them make a decision, whether it's a yes or a no. But any decision's better than no decision, because they need to choose and commit to their future. That's your angle, decision. Their angle is different. They're not there to make a decision about anything. They're there to hopefully get some free information that they might be able to implement on their own in their business. And the challenge is this: when you come at it from a decision point of view and they come at it from information, you get people who gather information and then leave, and you get frustrated that nobody decided anything. So what's the trick? What do you do? Well, in your sales appointment, the very third thing you do is you ask the decision question. And the decision question is a really simple question that you ask, and it's just this. So, Bob, what was it that made you decide to put the time aside and invest it in working with me right now to improve the profitability of your business, or the results you're getting in your company, or the sales that your team are delivering? The key points are, what was it that made you decide to invest the time to get this result with me? When you ask that question, immediately you frame out, I'm just here to gather free information. You make the whole appointment about here to make a decision because something's got to change. While we're on the subject of sales, when you're in a sales appointment with your prospect, there are 3 things that you need to do every single sales appointment to make sure that they don't just intellectually get what you might be able to do for them, but they emotionally connect with that. Because where there's a real strong sense of a gap between where they are and where they want to be, that's where coaches get hired. It's, I want to have this result, but something is holding me back. Every single time, coaches get hired to fill a gap. So what are the 3 things you need to focus on? Well, if, in the first part of your coaching, of your sales appointment, it's all about leading the prospect because they've never been in a sales appointment before. I want to focus on part 2, which is about stretching the gap. There are 3 things you need to focus on. First up, you want to focus on what they want. Imagine a big happy face, then focus on what they really want. And so you're going to get clear about what they want, making a big list of everything that they want and why, getting them connected, not just to what it is they want, but the why they want it. So number 1, what they most want. Number 2, where they are right now. So you're going to switch gears and talk about, tell me about your current situation. Just go into great detail about everything that's happening right now, whether it's good or bad, frustrating or otherwise. So we've got what they want, where they are right now, and the third piece is, well, what's holding you back? And if you can get really, really clear about, particularly these 2, where they want to go and what's holding them back, you're almost like stretching this big rubber band. And the more you do this, the greater the tension that builds up. The only way to relieve the tension is to hire you as their coach to close that gap. Focus on what they want, where they are right now, and what's holding them back, and you'll close the sale 84% of the time like my clients do. Okay, let's talk about email marketing for a second. You want to be the exact opposite of most companies because most companies are horrible when it comes to marketing with email. See, what they do is they send emails that are 3 things. They're long, they're impersonal, and they're broadcast. In other words, they're these long emails that don't really connect with you and they're just sending stuff at you rather than conversing with you. So what you want to do to mix up your email marketing and double or triple your response rate, the very first thing you've got to do is this. Instead of being long, impersonal, and broadcast, you want to send an email that's the opposite. It's going to be short. 1, 2, maybe 3 paragraphs. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 sentences. So firstly, it's going to be short. Secondly, it's going to be personal. You're going to use their name and you're going to connect with them in a warm, personal way. And number 3, you're going to expect a reply. You're going to ask them a question. Just like that old game we used to play as kids called Hot Potato, where they throw you the ball. You had to send it back as quick as you can. You're going to ask them a question that they can't help but respond to. So I want you to just think about your email marketing as 2 channels. You're going to have a professional channel, which may be branded, it's kind of you, the company, talking at them. And then there's going to be the personal channel, which is you connecting with them personally. If you mix professional and personal, you'll get incredible results. This will bolster this, and the professional branding will mean that this stands out even more. So work on professional and personal. So that's it for this week's Coach Marketing News. I'll see you next week. Until then, have a great week and I'll talk to you soon.